Namaste, hello. It's lovely to connect with you today. My name is Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some healing guidance actually for today. Today for me is Monday the 12th of March. It's probably not long till it's Monday for you. But I was inspired to create a bit of an energetic space today rather than pull some cards for Monday and Tuesday. So I'm just going to trust that. So I trust that it is what it needs to be, and I will do my best to be back in tomorrow on Tuesday with some oracle cards for Tuesday and Wednesday. But for now, for Monday, we're here to create some healing energy. So I've got my sage smudge stick here that I've been lighting. So we're going to do a bit of smudging first, and then I will pull a healing energy card, and then we're going to go from there. So how are you doing? Hi Tara. Hi Dewayana. I'm sorry. Hi, lovely to see you, but I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name there. Hi Leela. Thank you. Hi Lisa. Hi Alma. Lovely to see you too. Hi Marissa. So I've got this sacred sage stick going. So please join me if you want to. This will be 10 to 20 minutes live stream, and we'll be just trusting in the moment. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason. I trust something shared will be helpful and supportive for you at this time, and that you take on board what feels right. Just let go of anything that doesn't resonate. It's okay. If you haven't got the time to dedicate to this space now, then perhaps come back and reconnect a little bit later to the replay. Hi Sherry, hi Valentina, hi Janice, hi Chelsea. So let's start with some smudging. It's always a great thing to start with because it helps prepare us to go a little bit deeper with our connection today. So I guess before we do that, actually, I need to ask myself the question, why am I inspired to be here and share healing guidance in this healing energetic space today instead of oracle cards? You know, I was tossing up both ideas for about the last hour, and then I thought, well, I'll just pull some cards in our Temple of Balance closed group. Some of you were over there. So I was doing that for a while and still tossing up. And, you know, I was feeling that I just wanted to get some instruments. I've got my chimes here. I wanted to get the smudge stick out. And I just felt it was, I guess, important without having a reason to create this, sharing this stream around some healing guidance today. So I don't know what the reason is, really, and I don't know what we're going to be doing. I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm just trusting it. So I guess we'll find out at the end, and then I might be saying, right, that's why we needed to do this today. So I guess I don't really have a reason. I just trust that this feels stronger to me than pulling an oracle card, so I trust that. So let's now do some smudging. It's quite breezy here, as you can tell by the wind blowing the smoke. So just take some nice deep breaths now. Just stop everything you're doing, unless you're driving or operating machinery. Just if you can, just stop and really dedicate this time for you now. So take some really big breaths and really think about breathing out the old air and breathing in the new air. Let go of all the stuff that you've been holding on to. Let go of everything that's causing you worry or grief or concern. Think about surrendering these things and just letting them flow away from you now. Allowing yourself to feel a little bit freer inside of yourself, or a little bit more connected. And imagine this sacred smoke washing over your body and carrying away with it all negativity, all attached energies, all cords, hooks and attacks that may be coming at you. Allow everything that's unwanted, unnecessary, and that doesn't match or vibrate with your highest truth, allow that to be carried away with the sacred smoke as you allow yourself to let go Hi, Lynn. You know, we have to be willing to let go for it actually to work. We could be saying, you know, we want things to change, we want things to move, we're sick of this situation, it's, you know, it's becoming harder to tolerate, but we have to be willing to let go. Otherwise, we're just holding on in some way. So how can you let go a little bit more deeply in this moment? How can you surrender a little more to your worries and concerns and the things that are holding you back? How can you stop reinvesting the time, the attention, the words, the thoughts in the things that don't resonate with you? How can you let that stuff go? So, this smells beautiful. The breeze is nice. It's a little bit cool, but it's okay. And the breeze I find extremely clearing. So I can really feel the breeze, and it's part of the reason I wanted to sit here amongst my cherry trees that are coming to the end of their season now. So you could see the wind blowing just a little bit and perhaps imagine feeling it. Hi, Trish. Oh, big hugs to you if you're feeling emotional. It's okay to cry, you know, at the moment. And if you did read my current energy report, and if you were lucky enough to, usually it's not a public thing, it's very private for our Pillar of Light family, but we're having technical issues with our database, so I thought it has to be public or it's going to be late. So it's just a rare treat for everyone if you want to. But I talked in the report about, what was I going to say? I talked in the report about something. Oh yes, I remember now. That it's like the tears that we're crying in these last couple of days. If you've been feeling emotional, it's like the tears are deep, deep old tears. A lot of us are crying. And if we're not crying them yet, we probably will in the next few days, because a lot of us are feeling this really old emotion from old memories, old grief that we hadn't fully grieved yet, and old things that we can't explain have been coming up to the surface. So, you know, it's important to allow ourselves to release through tears. Sometimes we release through words or actions. Other times we release through tears. And it's okay. Just got to make sure this is properly out, otherwise it will burn down. And it's not quite out yet. I had it going for a while. Still a little bit going there somewhere. So, let's now pull a healing energy card. So I'm going to use my healing energy cards. These are great tools to support our healing journey at this time. So let's see which card comes up, and then I'll know what we need to do from there. So I trust the best card will come up that's helpful for the majority of us in this moment. Okay, we'll go with this card for now. Doesn't matter what day it is. This is for now if you're connecting live or later to the replay. It's your now. And look at this, card 11, Goddess Awakening. We could also say God Awakening or Warrior. That masculine energy awakening, the feminine energy awakening. This is card 11. It's a master number, and it's quite important at this time as a lot of us are stepping forward through the illusion and further into truth. We are what I like to call, and what I talked about in the current energy report today, was we're building this bridge that's bridging us between where we are now and where we want to be. It's bridging us between illusion and truth. It's also part of the upgrade a lot of us are going through during this current time of Kundalini awakening. So that's card 11, God or Goddess Awakening. And the key words here say it's time to walk through into the unknown. And I just pause here because I feel drawn to that word unknown. I feel a bit like, as I tune into it, I feel a little resistance to that. Like I feel like I could rush on to the next sentence, but I feel there's something important about this sentence. It's time to walk through into the unknown. The unknown, what we don't know. You know, that sort of unpredictable, up in the air, walking forward with a blindfold on. It can be a little bit scary, can't it? The unknown. And the change that the unknown brings. Things that we may know and love may collapse right before our eyes. So there is some fear attached to that word and to that sentence, but especially the word, the unknown. So I'm going to just keep that in mind as I continue. The next sentence says, you are being guided to... I'll start that again. You are being guided to birth new things, to embrace change, and to welcome the power of now. To birth new things, embrace change, and to welcome the power of now, and the power and the potential that's held in this very moment. That this moment is actually full of potential. It's full of possibilities. It's full of anything that we can dream or imagine, really. In this moment, we have the potential to go a different direction. In this moment, we have a choice to keep the old story going. In this moment, we have the potential to step more fully into our personal power. This is really potent and simple, but that's part of the energy as well, is that simplicity and switching that from the complexity into the simplicity. So let's see where we need to go with this as we walk through the 11 doorway. So I see the 11 as two pillars on either side of a door or a gateway, and the sun's coming out. It's beautiful. And having the courage to step forward now, to step over the precipice, over the step, really, that is holding us in the old, and step into the new. So let's work with the chimes. I'm inspired to use the chimes, so we will. I used these a week or so ago when I did some emergency healing, an emergency healing video. Well, it wasn't emergency, but I was called to quickly step forward, so I did. And you might remember I used the chimes and it was extremely powerful. So we're going to just put that aside. I don't like having expectations coming here, but I feel inspired to use the chimes. So let's just see what we need to do. If you could just, if you want to join in, just take some nice deep breaths and allow yourself to enjoy and work with this space that's been created, and this time that's available for you, and this time that we're sharing together is more appropriate. So you might feel the chimes touching you in places in your body. You might feel them stirring old energy up or stirring things up for you, and that's quite normal. You might be happy just to sit back and listen and not really do anything, and that's okay. So if you want to take it, you know, just through listening, that's fine. If you want to go a bit deeper, then please join me in going deeper. Let's see if we can push past just a little bit of that fear that's holding us back in stepping into the unknown and stepping over that step of change and building that another part, or that new section of our bridge that we're stepping over. So I'm just going to play and trust my intuition, and I trust you enjoy. Nice deep breath. We'll start with the heart. Now, I may be inspired to talk, so I may talk. Well, I am going to start talking, and we'll just go with the flow. So this is the heart chakra chime, and it's punching energy very deeply into the heart. So bring your attention to your heart chakra area. And imagine this tiny slit of light, like this tiny split in your heart that's beaming with light from the inside, that's shining out. And this tiny split of light in your heart chakra starts to open as this energy from the chime and this intention moves into that tiny little gap and starts pulling open this opening in your heart. As you peel back that old skin that you've been hiding behind, that you've coated over your heart to perhaps protect yourself in the past. Or that fear that's stopping you from allowing all of who you are to be heard or be seen in your relationships or in this world. Allow that heart, that skin, that opening around or over your heart to start pulling back further and further. And allow the truth to shine from within your heart. Allow love to shine out from your heart. Be careful that you haven't been craving that love on the outer in your relationships, in what you see or the actions that you're noticing that others are making for you. Your love shines from inside. So let love in. And if you do have an issue with the sounds of the chimes, there may be some resistance there over your heart that's actually been stopping you from feeling love or support or acceptance. So allow your heart to open and blossom like a blossoming rose, a beautiful blossoming flower. As you allow yourself to grow and open from the inside, shining your inner light out from within. Allow yourself to release that old emotion that you've been storing inside your body. Let it go. That's strong sounds. Bringing your personal power or rebirthing, reigniting your personal power and your trust in yourself. take some really big, powerful breaths and feel the power of your breath strengthening you from inside. And now thinking about reconnecting with the truth of who you are. And allow yourself to calm down. Feel that sense of peace and contentment. Feel that move into your open heart. Okay, now let's just do a check on all of those chakras, those 7 major chakras. So we're going to start with the base. I'm going to get rid of high C because that's not the 7 major chakras. So we're going to start at the base here and move our way to the crown. So let's just do a scan. I'll be able to hear from the sound if there's any that we need to focus on. So bring your attention to each area. Hi everyone. Bring your attention to each area as I talk about it if you want to. So we're starting at the base chakra at the tailbone. That's our center for grounding and survival instincts. It's a bit flat, isn't it? A lot of us have been feeling quite flat physically, quite lethargic and exhausted and tired. You know, life is tired right now. It's tiring. A lot of us are thinking about and worrying about our survival, our finances, our work, even relationships and things around the home all come back to our base chakra, and it's flat. So I'm just going to add some other sounds with it to help boost the energy in our base chakra. Imagine this beautiful, rich red light moving into your base chakra at your tailbone and filling it up with beautiful, earthy, supportive love. Okay, nice deep breath now as we bring this energy up our body to our sacral chakra. The sacral chakra sits just below our navel, and that's our center for emotional, sexual and creative energies. So let's see how that one feels and sounds. A lot of us are doing a lot of work in this area at the moment. The old deep emotions coming to the surface. We're shifting blocks in our creativity, and that feels quite strong. So imagine your sacral chakra filling up with beautiful orange light. It's quite strong. So that tells me our emotions are strong right now. And that might be a bit overwhelming for some of us, but you know, don't be afraid or scared of feeling, because it is part of who we are. We are sensitive beings that feel, and I feel feeling is a good thing. So don't be afraid of your strong emotions. Okay, moving up now to our solar plexus chakra, which is just above our navel. And that's our centre for personal power, strength and courage. So let's see how that sounds and feels. Feels good. So there feels to be a rising in our personal power and an increase in confidence as we really take steps to push forward in our life, to overcome our fear, and to take risks and follow our heart. So imagine a beautiful, vibrant yellow light moving into your solar plexus chakra. Great, so we've already done a bit of work on the heart, but we're going to just check in and see how our heart energy is doing. So the heart chakra here is our centre for love of self, others and all creation. If we've been having acceptance issues, if we're struggling to accept ourselves or situations in our life or how things have turned out, we might be noticing issues or shifts of energy in our heart. So any love issues, past relationships, usually things touch us in the heart, especially if we're sensitive or we're quite an empathic, compassionate person. We usually feel things in our heart. So let's check in and see how our heart area is doing. And it feels nice and strong in there. So as we open up to love, as we open up to great energy coming in, to love, contentment, beauty, balance, then we let more of that come in. If we're closed off to that, or if we're coating our heart in a protective skin, then we're not going to feel it. So remember, it takes a lot of strength to be vulnerable. So let yourself be vulnerable if that's what you're feeling. So nice big breath in the heart, and imagine your heart area filling up with a green or pink light. Great, that feels beautiful. Okay, moving up now to our throat chakra here. I can already feel mine doing a bit of a jiggle and a jump. And this is our centre for communication, expression and truth. And feeling safe to be who we are. Feeling safe to speak up and be ourselves. So let's check in and see how our throat area is doing. Oh, that feels strong too. So if we're noticing communication issues, it will usually come back to the throat chakra. And usually communication issues that we're noticing in other people are connected with our lack of communication with ourselves. So let's spend a moment just listening and feeling and connecting with ourselves, with the truth of who we are. So I'm not going to talk for a few seconds and encourage you just to listen and connect with yourself. So imagine your throat chakra filling up with a beautiful rich blue light, helping bring clarity to your words that you need to say, helping you feel safe to express your truth and express who you are. Your words are beautiful. You know, I used to have a massive fear in speaking. Words were definitely my enemy because they'd never come out right. You know, years ago when I was a teenager and in my early 20s, I've had to overcome a lot of obstacles in my voice to be able to speak up. It was certainly one of my big weaknesses for a lot of my life. And I had to actually find peace with my words and remind myself that my words are my friend. They're not my enemy. So once I made peace with my words started becoming stronger and clearer. So I know and understand it can absolutely be a weakness that we feel, but it doesn't have to be. So let's move up now, our attention to our third eye chakra up here on our forehead in between our eyes. And this is our centre for vision, intuition and trust. So usually I find trust issues will come back to the third eye chakra. We could be the most intuitive person in the world with the biggest third eye ever. But if we're not trusting in what we're sensing, or if we're not trusting our intuition, then it's just like air. We can't really use it practically in our life. And I feel that intuition is not just something that we need to use or should only use when we're doing spiritual things. Our intuition is a tool that can help us in our everyday life. So let's learn to trust more in our intuition and trust more in what we're sensing on subtle levels. So let's tune in and check in with our third eye chakra. Feels quiet. Quiet's the best word I can find right now. It feels our attention in general has been so focused on other things. Our emotions, the stuff we're dealing with in our life, our physical exhaustion, that we've been neglecting a lot of our intuition and really using that to our benefit in our life. So imagine some indigo light. Indigo is a mix of blue and purple, so a really dark blue. Imagine a light coming in and swirling around in your third eye chakra and just awakening that area just that little bit more so it can work with us as a tool, as a support in our everyday life. Because it will help us get through our emotional challenges right now and also through our physical challenges. So let's not underestimate our intuition and our ability to trust in ourselves and trust in the decisions that we make, trust in the steps that we take in our life. So your intuition is strong and it is important. So let's now bring our attention up, all the way up to the crown of our head, to our crown chakra. So our crown chakra sits up here and it's our centre for connection. So it helps us connect with the world beyond the physical. If we're feeling separate, alone, disconnected, it will usually come back to a blockage in the crown chakra. So when we're connected and when we're really plugged in and switched on and tuned in, then we're quite open and quite strong in our energy in our crown chakra. But when we're feeling isolated, alone, separate, disconnected from ourselves, the neighbours, then, that comes back to our crown chakra. So let's check in and see how our crown chakra is doing. Okay, nice deep big breath. Okay, and I feel a general sense of disconnection, a general sense of so much focus on the physical and so much focus on the emotional stuff that we're going through, that sort of spiritually or on those higher levels, if you like, that we might be feeling quite disconnected. Might be finding it difficult to meditate at the moment because we have so much on our mind. So that sort of thing. So this actually pulls us into a space of disconnection with ourselves, disconnection with others, and disconnection in our life as well. So imagine a white or violet or gold or silver light filling up your crown chakra and strengthening your connections. And you may like to use an affirmation like, I am connected, or my connections are strengthening, I am connected to all that is, or all that I am. I am connected to my body. I am connected to my emotions or how I feel. I am connected to my power. I am connected to love. I am connected to my truth. I am connected to my intuition. I am connected. I am connected. I am whole and connected. So take a nice deep breath and just feel that sense of reconnection with yourself on all those different levels and those levels and frequencies and ways, if you like. And I trust that's helpful for you. So thank you. So if you did just join in, that's the card I've been working with during that chiming, called Goddess Awakening, card 11. And I trust you feel a bit stronger now and more aligned and balanced within yourself and ready to step forward into the unknown. I mean, really, in truth, every moment is unknown. Tomorrow is unknown. When we wake up in the morning, there is an element of unknown. So how can we embrace that and work with it just that little bit more intimately and that little bit more deeply, over this time period. Well, anyway, I'm going to pick a card now for what do we need to know from here. So what do we need to know now as we prepare to finish this connection? And if you just joined in, thank you for stopping by. I will read all of your comments when I get back onto my computer shortly. If you want to learn more about the work that I do at Temple of Balance, if you resonate with my perspective and my quirky ways and approaches, then congratulations. But if you do resonate with it and you find it supportive and helpful, then you may find some really helpful tools on my website that can help you on this journey or help you at this time. So have a look if you're inspired to at templeofbalance.com.au. So the next card I'm pulling is the card that we need to know next for our forward movement from here. So as we prepare to go from this space into our everyday life again, what do we need to know? So we'll go with this here. Okay, we don't need to know nothing. We just need to remember what we just were talking about, don't we? And especially about stepping into the unknown, and that we're here standing within this doorway into the unknown, and that it's going to be okay. It really is going to be okay. Let's remember we've got through tough things before, and if this is tough right now, we're going to get through it again. It's just one step at a time. So let's just do one step at a time. Let's just get through our days so that we can cope and we can move through this time period. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's not worry too much about what might be. Let's bring all of our energy into the now, into our body, and just take one step at a time, one breath at a time, one moment at a time. So don't give up. Keep pushing forward, but pushing forward from that now space. So thank you. These are my healing energy cards. They're also on my website. Fantastic tools for you to support your self-healing. In fact, they're turning 10 years this year. My baby is turning 10. Can't believe it. So we'll be doing some fun things in May, which will be the month that these were released. So 10 years since these came out. Wow. Thanks so much for joining me today. I trust you've enjoyed our time together. And I will be back sometime tomorrow, I trust, to share some guidance, to pull some oracle cards for Tuesday and Wednesday. So keep an eye out for that. If I don't get in, don't worry. It might be Wednesday. I'll just see how I feel, but I don't see why it wouldn't be tomorrow. So thank you so much. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. I thank you so much for being who you are. You are important. You being here is important. So thank you so much, and I'll connect with you again soon. Thank you. Namaste. And namaste means that the divine, the creator within me, honours and supports and acknowledges the divine, the creator within you. That we are equal, we are one. So thank you, and until next time, be well, stay focused, be in the now as best as you can, and just support yourself through this time. If you feel emotional, it's not the end of the world. Just support yourself through it. If you feel quiet and restful and lethargic, then see if you can support yourself through it. If you feel motivated, then work with that energy and allow it to push you forward as well. So thank you. Namaste.